right. Ah, I pooped. I took a shit, and now I feel really, really good. No, and it's funny because uh, I said earlier that my dad says that crying it's like taking a shit. It's a physiological way, and then I needed to take a shit, and I went, and now I feel good. But I didn't cry. Nothing, guys. I want to talk about several things. Now I feel better. I made a walk in the sun to go to my house, poop. You know, I greet my neighbor. You know, and now I feel better. And this just makes me think that how the human brain works. It's the mind. It's not you. The mind is the mind. We are how the mind responds. You know, if the mind is happy, we are happy. If the mind is sad, we are sad. I think I have to learn that if my mind is sad, I need to be happy. If my mind is happy, I need to be able to be focused, to be sad. You know, I have to just control my mind and go where I want to be. My dad, one day, showed me an image, very famous that used, I think that was used by Osho. You know, Osho is a story that he made me see the story of Osho. Very controversial, you know. He was a spiritual guide, and then he did all the things he did were not spiritual. You know, it was very corrupted. But and that was one of the first examples. I was 18 years old where I started to look at the world differently. Not how I started to think, wow, so Osho, this man that talk a lot about spirituality. He wrote a lot of books. He was very famous. He was a kind man. A strong man. A controlled man. And then he did all that sort of things that basically was stealing money. Basically was doing about sexual interactions. Uh, I started to think, wow, I need to stop to look the world how he presents to me, how the people show themselves. I need to watch them in a very distanced way, in a very cold way, because people are not that good. I'm not that good. I'm not saying that I'm good. I'm not good. I know that. I 100% know that. Today, I think I was saying in the other video, I think that really hurted me was that nothing. Basically, my mom said that, you know, I can't continue in this way anymore. And she was referring to the fact that of money, about that I was eating too much. That, I was eating too much. I was using too much. I was spending too much because she's the one who's paying. Today she asked me, how many eggs did you eat? I said 10. And she told that I exaggerated, exaggerated. and she was yelling at me, and there was my grandfather with another man of 24 years old or from Kyrgyzstan that I talk I talk a lot with him, you know, and we talk about girls, we talk about money, we talk about work, about training, about all these things, about mainly things. And I was really shy at that, she was seeing me that I talk a lot about girls, money, that my mother was yelling at me because I was eating too many eggs. It's I I'm really shy about it, but it's not about you know we can discuss if 10 eggs are a lot or not, and are not. 10 eggs are not a lot of eggs. It's not about that. It's about that if you have money, if you have your money, you can do whatever you want, and nobody can say you shit because are the money that you earn with your work, with your time, with your brain. I don't have any money, so I was shut up. Nothing. I did what she told me, and I understand why my sister doesn't respect me. My little sister is 12 years old. She doesn't respect me at all. Absolutely not. Yeah, and I understand it. She sees a 19 years old man, tall, and a man that he doesn't work and he doesn't earn any money and he doesn't help his family. I understand it, and it's right. Everything it happens, it's right. God is giving me this pain to understand that I'm not going in the right direction. Nothing, guys. Nobody's going to watch this video, I know, but I'm gonna try to be always honest, 100%. For myself, for God, because God is always watching, and I feel better. And nothing, guys. I feel lost. I feel lost, even that before I was doing these videos today, I was already talking about myself with myself of what I'm going to talk in the today's video, and I just was trying to do the speech, um, speaking out loud, and I was saying I'm lost, I'm lost, I'm lost, man, I'm fucking lost, I'm lost. I really feel like I was like I was light. I really feel like that is, I did for 18 years almost, for 15 years I was in the educational system. Now I finished, high schools last year. Now I'm here, like thrown it in the world. Nothing changed. The school didn't teach me nothing, nothing, and nothing. No, the professor were so fucking focused on, do your homework and study. This is important for your life. No, no, even that. But they were like, shut up, shut up. Do not talk with your classmate. Shut up, shut up. Listen to me. Repeat the grammatic verbs and do this equation and blah blah blah. And now I'm here, and I thought, I'm doing school, so I know I'm gonna have a future, and then all the world is gonna come to me, and no, absolutely no, absolutely no. And 6 hours every day, 6 hours every day, studying here in the school, that fucking, in that fucking room for 6 hours a day and do all the fucking street to go to the school and come back to the house. Always the same, and now I'm here, thrown to the world in this fucking house, old house, this fucking Brecken house in the rural place, in a rural place, near to my home. And nothing, I feel like sad. I really feel like, all right. And now what? Now what? Now what? Now what? You you teach to me like I don't fucking know like Italian verbs, like English, like like philosophist. All right. Now what? Now fucking what? How I'm gonna eat? Now what? But it's my fault. I know it's my fault. I knew this. I had to think it before. I'm doing this video because I hope that some like 14 years old that now starting high school know this. Bro, nobody's gonna fucking help me. Nobody's going to give me money. I'm alone. School is not going to give you money. University is not going to give you money. A job is not gonna give you money. I mean, it's only you. It's only you. It's only you. And another thing, today my mom was hungry, for the food. And food, how do you buy food with money? So he's worried about money. He was very angry. I, I, I could see by his voice he was, angry, worried, and that doesn't make me feel good, And I'm thinking, I literally thought when she finished to yell at me, like, Vinny, what is a fuck? It's only about money. It's only about money. I was thinking to myself, I want to get rich. I want to have money. I don't give a fuck how. I don't give a fuck how. I want to get money now and a lot of money. A lot. And I literally thought to myself, if I have the possibility, literally to have money, I will do everything, like even to prostitute myself. Literally, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I want money. I don't want nobody. I don't want my mom who tells me that that I can't eat 10 eggs, that I can't eat the coffee. I can't drink the coffee I want. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm gonna do everything, and I have to wait like 6 years more, 4 years, to get money, and then manage to have a girl, have sex with her, and starting to live my life at 30. At 30, when my testosterone is gonna be lower. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? What the fucking fuck? Now I understand fucking Andrew Tate what he says. We are fucking fucked. If you are a man and if you don't have money, you're just fucked. You are nobody. Nobody cares about you. You are not gonna have any sex with any woman because women want status from men, or men that are strong, that have money. So the only way for a man is to have money. And I know all the world is money. Now I'm fucking studying for go to Romania to be a doctor to make money, because what else you're gonna do if not medicine? What else you're gonna fucking do? Geology. What the fuck, geology, man? There is no work. The only job where there is work is medicine, engineering. That it's are fucking hard. You have to study 20 hours a day. Literally, now look this. This is these are all the questions. There are 500 questions of biology that are gonna that are possible, that are gonna be in the test that I have to do in the 27th of July. That I have to even book the flight. I have to book the flight. I didn't book the flight yet, and all of this sort of thing. But all these fucking questions. All these fucking questions. And blah blah blah. And then, there is like fucking crocette, no? Like, it's a fucking test, like, check test. And you have to put the correct answers. And then there are the correct answer. And I feel literally like a fucking robot. I'm not feeling like a fucking doctor. There is no fucking doctor. There is there is no fucking doctor. It's just a fucking system that is going to decide who's gonna fucking enter to medicine, study that, doing those fucking exams, and then took that fucking piece of paper and go to fucking hospitals, so go to industries and ask, I'm a doctor, give me money, please. And the test I'm gonna do, and this like fucking hanger me. The test I'm gonna do are gonna be 50 questions, and then they are gonna be checked, they are gonna be controlled, they are gonna be visioned by a computer. It's for that is checked, not by a person, by a computer. They are treating me like a fucking robot, and my mom is paying is gonna pay a lot of money for that, a lot of taxes for university, a lot of taxes, book the flight, the food, the hotel for when I'm gonna stay there, a lot of fucking tax. For what? To take a fucking exam that I have to study a lot, 500 questions, and a fucking computer in 2 seconds, my work that I did in fucking months, he's gonna correct me in fucking seconds, and I feel like a fucking slave, a fucking idiot. But what else choice do I have? I do not have any other choice to make money. I do not want to live like this anymore. I don't want to live alone, without any girls, without girls watching me, and I'm always the one who's watching girls, trying to make eye contact with them and hope to get my dick wet. And they do not fucking watching. And they're not fucking watching me. Zero. Zero. And the man doesn't respect me. And I don't have a brotherhood. Bro, I'm lost. For that reason, I say I'm lost. But talking, uh, crying, because at the end of the day now I'm crying. How do you say? Lamenting. How do you say? Complain is not gonna get you money. And the most important thing in the world after God and family and health and yourself is money. It's money. It's money. It's money. For example, this fact with my mom made me think a lot. If now I would have money, she wouldn't she wouldn't have told to me that I couldn't eat 10 eggs. And even if that money I would earn them by literally to be a prostitute, she wouldn't give a I mean, she wouldn't yell at me, because that was my fucking money. So money totally he counts. No, nobody gives a fuck about how you make money. The important is that you have money. My friend, how I'm gonna eat, how I'm gonna live without money. And I always think to myself, I have to study 10 fucking years to, you know, to have, to hope to have a good salary, like a salary of, I don't know, a doctor, how much he earns, like 3,000 euros if I'm lucky, 3,000 euros, to live for 3,000 euros a month, where there are people that are making 1 million a month, and are not studying like I am, all this fucking thing, all this fucking test. I feel like a fucking robot, where when ChatGPT can do it like this, bro. Nothing. I feel like a fucking idiot. I feel like a fucking idiot. And I'm fucking pissed. I'm fucking pissed. I want to have money. I want to have money. I can't live like this. I can't live continue to live alone, without girls. With always stay in the house of my mom. That she complains about me eating because I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I want to eat. I want to gain muscle. I go to the gym. I want to eat. I want to gain muscle. To get attention even from other people because I don't have any attention. It's literally that, bro. We are just animals in this fucking jungle. Now I'm a little bit sick. I lost weight. It's I don't feel fucking good, and I just want to have money to go. To go now, like a lot of money because with 3,000 euros a month, that it's a wage of a doctor here in Italy, for example, medium doctor. No, good doctor, yes, 3,000 euros. You can do shit, bro. You can fucking do shit with 3,000 euros. Yes, you can have a car, you can have a house, but then what? Then what? I want to have the money to go every fucking day in a new house, in a new country, with new girls, with new people, with new cars, new places. I want to live like that, motherfucker, because there are people that are living like that. Why I can't? If there are people out there that are living like that and are not studying like I am, they are working. Obviously, they work because you can get money only if you work, but they are working a different way that their world doesn't tell you that. But when I tried, for example, I joined the real world. I tried to sell my courses in Instagram. I didn't feel good. I felt like an imposter, but I felt like an imposter because I didn't know the cruelty about money. I didn't know the cruelty about money. It's for that reason that there are people that are selling their bodies. Yes, that they're selling their bodies in OnlyFans. And I completely understand it. They don't want to work 12 hours in a fucking fabric, in a fucking industry. When they can do a video of his fucking tits, vagina, and, earn 5,000 euros a month, 10K a month, and then they are fucking happy and they do their life. Bro, I don't fucking know. Bro, I don't fucking know. Literally, for to be a doctor, you need to wait 10 fucking years. 10 years! I'm 19 now. I'm gonna be 29? 29? If I do everything correct, if I study every day, if I fucking work myself hard, 29 years old, when I'm gonna have a little bit of money and I can attract girls then? Because yes, my friend, you attract girls with money. What the fuck? If now, for example, if money were not important, now I would have girls. I don't have any. Now I will be respected by other men, and I'm not respected by other men. Only money what is counts, and I know that to be a doctor is not the way to make money. It's another way, like selling industry. Give the people what wants because at the end of the day there are people. Look at the porn industry. Who gives a fuck? There are people that are making so much money. And knowing all this, I know this. I don't know if it's true or not, but I feel it's true. And then, sitting myself in a fucking library with people that are fucking like skinny. They are, bro, they do not look good. The majority of people in university, like there are 25 years old men, 30 years old men that looks like 15. They are skinny, they are fat, they are ugly. What the fuck, bro? I feel that I'm getting sick staying there. In fact, look at me now because there are all the people there, like coughing, sneezing, and fuck, full of virus there. But I feel that I don't have any other option because if I don't study for my parents, for my mom, I have to work. where I'm going to work, like as a waiter, as a as a blue collar job, like a manual job for, 8 hours, for 8 hours in the sun, breaking my back. There is no fucking way. There is no fucking way. And you know, I just wished a lot. I just wished if somebody told me, but nobody. This is the fact. Nobody's going to tell you nothing. This that I'm saying, I discovered for myself by listening a lot, watching, listening to my parents, to my dad especially. But if someone told me this at 5 years old, 6 years old, 3 years old, I would completely be different now. But what everyone says, no, they are too little to 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 you for you to tell this sort of things. Yeah, my friend, and then you see why everyone is fucked and everyone lives bad and doesn't have money. I see because when they're gonna have my age, they are gonna all right. So the world works like this. So everything is corrupt. All right. So you're not to be good to earn money. All right, all right, all right. So everything and everyone has a price. All right. You start thinking, and when you go to study in a fucking library 8 hours a day, you feel like a fucking psych. I feel like a fucking idiot. Like this. Like standing that. Saying like this, studying the thing that we studied since 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 the 19,000. And in the same moment you are studying this, there are people, there are other men at your age, at my age, that are fucking beautiful women that want in Miami, in Puerto Rico. They're living like they want. And that fucking like it makes me want to kill somebody. In a metaphorical way, obviously. Nothing. Bro, my head hurts. There is no fucking way. All the people that are studying medicine now in my university, I see they are studying to make money, not to be a doctor. For that reason, you see doctors that are fat. For that reason, you see doctors that are corrupted, doctor that doesn't give a fuck about the health of other people. So why would I give a fuck? If I would give a fuck, I'm fucked because I'm playing a game. Like I want to be honest. Like I always want. I always act, but everyone is not acting like honest. So I get fucked. I get fucked with my life. I can't live like that. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. Sorry man. It's just the way it is. So now I'm gonna study this. I feel like I feel depressed. Because I don't want to study this. I want to make money and I want to enjoy my life. Go outside, go in Marbella, Spain. Go, look how I'm me, buy new clothes, going harder in the gym, bettering myself in an aspect way. Not staying here at house with my mind, with my mom. There is a bad ambient. My sister fights with my mom, and my mom yells, yells even at me. There is my grandfather that he's ill in his mind. There is not. I always try, to make a positive environment, and I managed to do that, but I rather much prefer, to now driving a fucking Porsche, a fucking Ferrari, a fucking Lamborghini in Portofino, in Monaco, and stay there and eating and drinking martini with fucking olive, with two fucking Swedish girls. It's all about money. It's all about money. And I don't know how to make money. Nobody teach me that. The school didn't teach me that. The school teach me about 2 plus 2, it's 4. you know, but not about money. Nothing. Absolutely. They don't want that for you. I don't want to end this video because when I'm gonna end it, I have to start. Oh yeah. Stop complaining. I know. Complaining does give me shit. Oh yeah. And all this thing about passion and motivation and all fucking crap. And I know that because my mom is is he works in the theaters. He's a producers of show in theater. She's very good. But I know that place. And that place, of theater, of art, is very from us. Let's say from left perspective of view. There are a lot of LGBT people, very open immigrants, and all of these ideas, free Palestine, and blah blah blah, all these fucking sort of things that I just don't give a fuck. Absolutely, I don't give a fuck. Do what the fuck do you want? I don't give a fuck, bro. Literally, I want to have money and live good and live as I fucking I want. But I see this, they are all like, believe in your dreams and all this fucking message about love and about you can do it. We are all special. We are all equal. But then me being in this fucking area, I see the back scenes and I see these people, that in the show says, believe in your dream, we are all special, treat everyone good. And they, and then they, in the, and then backstage, they are all worried about money and they are fighting and they are fighting, they are insulting each other, they are talking bad of each other. It's so fun. Guys, so literally, just play this game, just try to win. Just try to win. Just try to make most money as possible without having any hesitation. I do have a lot of hesitation about making money. I'm a little bit. I feel a little bit, shy, embarrassment, in guilt. No, I do not feel guilt about wanting to make money, about winning against others. About making more money about others, about being better about others. I have to stop about that. I always thought, even this with girls, like, oh, all right, the girls I want is with another guy. All right, very good, another guy. You are very good. You are better than me. I'm happy for you, and that's made me live the good, but it's not the reality. I want to say, all right, motherfucker, I'm gonna to get richer, famous, bigger, and I'm gonna steal your girl because I want her. That's real. The only thing it's real it's money because money represents that leverage power, that leverage strength. We are in the jungle and who wins? The strongest animal. And here the strongest animals is who has more money. Oh yeah. For example, now I'm studying medicine. No, why I'm studying medicine? I'm not studying medicine. Sorry, I'm trying to get into medicine. Why that? Because I was born with a passion about being a doctor, or because I don't want to study some degrees like biology and then have a job that they pay me 1,400 euros a month and live like in a fucking 2 meter apartment with a fucking chick that hit me and disrespect me. Why that? Because I want a good life. I want money. So if I go to the university, the only chance to have money is to do something that is hard and nobody that does. That is medicine. It's the only way. If not, I always say that to myself. If not, literally, like Andrew Tate and his team suggest, obviously, it's his business, but I understand it's go and work at a normal job. Let's say McDonald's, Burger King, waiter. They suggest to stay in contact with people and then use all that money, yes, to live, to eat, and to try to hustle. Let's say like this, let's use this word to stay in the real world and trying to make money. Uh, all the other time available, go to the gym and make money. All that, just that, and that you are gonna have very much, very more chances, possibilities to gain money and live a good life instead of going to university and studying medicine and lawyer. Something that really fucking angry me about people, and I was one of them. That if I say something like that, if some people are gonna watch this, they are gonna say, you are fucking, you're a fucking liar. You are dishonest. You only think about money. You only want money. You want to go to be a doctor to have money to not to save people. You are very bad. And then you see these people, and then you see the life of these people. I do this with people. I talk about this, and they say money is not important. You should do this for passion. All these fucking things. And then you see those people that the moment that their ass are in the are in danger because they have little money, they are all fucking crazy. They are all fucking crazy. They are like psychopathic. They are super worried. And then they become to be dishonest. Then they become to lie. Ah, so you're very good when there is no, when there isn't your ass in the game. When there is your ass in the game, then you become to be dishonest. All right, I understand it. All right. So it's all about survivor, because when you have hungry, when you are hunger, when you are hungry, and you don't have food into your belly, and when you're freezing, you start thinking, I don't give a fuck about other people because they have the belly full of food. I'm not. I feel hungry. I feel I feel I feel hungry. I'm hungry. And I don't have 10 years to become a doctor and then gain money and then get my dick wet. No, I want food now. I want a beautiful house now. I want my dick wet now. Alright, let's do something. I have to sell, M&Ms, chocolate barrets to people. Chocolate barrets that are preventing diabetes type 2. I don't give a fuck because my belly is empty and I need to eat to me and my family. So I don't give a fuck if these ignorant, weak people are gonna buy my chocolate bars and I'm gonna sell them like they are the best bars and they are good for your health. Just like how the world is doing. My friend, you don't understand. Everything that there is for money. Everything. You know, I saw many I saw many episodes where people that I used to really respect, that I was really to admire, very calm, very honest. And then, for the first time, I see them worried about money. And I see all these people change. And I'm like, what? I thought that you were like that, but now you are like this. So, guys, there is no moral. Just it's very easy to think that there is no moral because every every day people get killed, get stabbed. Every day, every second, a person lose his job, no can't eat, can't afford a house, can't afford his rent, and he's kicked out. Yeah, the war is not moral. So there is no mercy. So if there is no mercy, even when you go and get money, you have to be no you have to have no moral. You have to, in a metaphorical way, kill somebody. You have to have no mercy for your working, for your objective. No mercy. No mercy for people. Because you are playing in a no mercy game. And if you are playing a no mercy game, yeah, a no honest game in an honest way, you just can't win. Because you see poor people are very honest, but they are not winning and they are sad, they are depressed because they don't have money. They are worried, they are preoccupied, just like, for example, my mother is right now. Because it's an animal way, guys. We always have been lied about this, that we are very different about animals. Animals are this. We are this. We have the brain. We can think. We can do mathematics. Bro, you can do mathematics. You know when? When your belly is full and when your ass is in a good heating environment. But when your belly is empty, when you feel cold, when you can't fuck, something like myself now, you are gonna start to act like an animal. Go outside and kill. But when you have all the food, because they are, this is a fucking plan. They are fooling ourselves with food, with obviously low quality food like fette biscottate, crackers, pasta, rice, very low, very low. So we don't have high energy. You know, they are keeping us poor, so we can't eat good. We can't eat meat. We can't eat eggs. And they say to us that fruit and vegetables are good. And then we get sick. We go to the doctor, cancer. We spend a lot of money, and then we die. uh, because eggs, meat, good fish costs a lot of money. And why do you think they say to us that fruit and vegetables are good for you, and you have to eat a lot of fruit and vegetables, and the limit, you know, saturated fat, animal fat, animal proteins, meat, eggs? Why that? Because if you go to a supermarket and you are a normal people, poor people, you can't you can't afford to eat every day, most of the people, eggs and meat. And if they will tell you that you're gonna the reality or the reality that is eating meat and egg, animal products, you're gonna be at your best at a biological level. Then when you're gonna go to the supermarket and you're gonna see that you can afford those things, you're gonna get pissed. So what they tell you? That cereals and fruit and vegetables are the best for you and meat is not good. So when you go to the supermarket and see that rice, pasta are like 50 cents, fruits, €1, you say, oh, good, good, because this is what makes me healthy. Then you eat those things, you have low energy, low testosterone, you are not aggressive, you're like everyone else, you are a fucking coward, afraid. Obviously, because you have low testosterone, bro. They impact your biological. Perfect thing. Perfect thing. Because, but look at me now. I'm very different. And I started to change when I started to change my biological. Because you can only change if you if you touch the reality thing that is our body. You can't change if you speak about words. No, you can change if you change you. I started to eat differently. To eat meat, eggs, saturated fat. My testosterone went through the level, and I started to not give a fuck about nobody. I started to feel stronger than anybody, than everybody, and I started to feel braver. It's for that reason that now I'm doing this video. Alright, guys. Today it was like this. It was yes, yes, a lot of talking, a lot of complaining, a lot of anger, and as you can see, shush, the world don't give a fuck. So it was better that I used these 50 minutes, like trying to make money, speaking to people, studying to try to make money, because you study to make money. Imagine if you would go to study only to study and to not get money. The university will be empty. They are full because it's not that people wants to study; it's that people wants money. So they sell the university like the only way to study and get money, get a good money. So there are a lot of people because if not, what do you do? A waiter job, a manual job, and you get fucked. And then there is the university. So you have these two jobs, these two options. Always they say that to us. Or you study or you work. Where do you want to study? To university. Where do you want to work? Waiter, this type of thing. It seems there is no option. But there is an option. Absolutely. And another thing, it's really important that you get pissed off. It's really important that you get angry. It's really important that you want things. Because when you want things, it's like when you feel anger, no? And you go and you don't give a fuck about nobody. You know? It's for that reason that they are trying always to sedate us, to make us comfortable, to make us happy. It's for that reason that they it's literally like that. Alright, so you're poor, so you're fat, and you don't have money. Alright. And you don't have any chick that watches you and wants to fuck with you. Alright. No worries. No worries. You have a phone, right? Yes, everyone has a phone. All right. You can go in a second on Google, search for PORN, porn, and there you're gonna have 1 billion videos of beautiful, stunning, naked woman, all as you want. Blonde, African, Asian, black, down, disabled, autistic, smart, trans, whatever you want. You can jerk yourself off and you're gonna feel good. The important thing that you you stay calm. Please stay calm. Keep jerking off. Please. Please. I don't want you that you have your balls full of sperm. I don't want that you feel hungry that you can get fucked. And because when, like me, when you have this energy here full of spermatozoas and you want to let it out, and you decide like me, no, I'm not gonna play your fucking game. I'm not watch porn. I'm not gonna masturbate myself. You start to get really angry, really discomfort, and you want to go out from your position. Ecco, that's the thing. They don't want you that you move from your position. They want you stuck in that position because that is where they can control you. Or for example, all right, all right. So your life sucks. Your life is very boring. So you live in a shitty apartment, you do a shitty job, you earn shitty money, you can do nothing with your life because you don't have money, you do every day the same thing. No worries. I have the antidote for you because what they are giving is the antidote to our to our life. Because if they give the antidote to our life, then we can think that our life is good and everything is okay and the world is perfect. Because if they don't give us the antidote, we get sick and we get pissed off and we go to fight and take what we want. You understand? So they say, all right, you have a phone, right? Go on App Store or Google Play and install TikTok, install Instagram, install Facebook, install Telegram, install Messenger, install WhatsApp. And then you can watch all the content you want to make you feel happy. You can watch about cats. You can watch about people, uh, having fun. You can watch about food. You can watch about, you know, about people that are living a good life and people that, to make you feel good. For example, and this one is a big one. It's about social media. I see it. It's an antidote. You are in the bus. You are in the bus. This is the first thing. You don't have a car. You have to wait 40 minutes for the bus. You enter in the bus, and if you don't have nothing, you say, motherfucker, I'm in a fucking bus. I, f- I feel like a loser. I'm pissed off. I'm hungry. I'm angry. I confuse myself with angry and angry. I'm angry. Sono arrabbiato. Soy enfadado. Estoy enfadado. I'm angry. How I'm gonna fuck? How I'm gonna live the life I want if I can move only with a bus? All right, let's do something. What can I do to make money? Whatever it is, I'm gonna sell a cars. I'm gonna invent. I'm gonna lie. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to stay anymore in a fucking bus. It's my life. It's for my survival. Instead, we have this into, antidote, you know, this drug, this pill that they gives us. So we sit, we study a little bit like that. We feel, we start to feel uncomfortable. All right. Oh, oh. Wow. God tried to give you some pain, to give you the ingredients that you need to get to live a strong life, and and you just, and you just decided to no, to eliminate that feelings of anger. That is power. It's power, anger is power. Like Andrew Tate says, anxiety, anger is power. And now I have anxiety that I will not live the life I want, that I will not try the girl that I want, the girls that I want. I will not drive the the best car that there is in circulation. And I have anxiety about that. So that I want that makes me move, makes me do something that makes me shut up my 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 fear, my my lack of courage. It's very important that it's the only way I think, and it's what I'm trying to do with me. It's not what I'm trying, it's what I do with me. It's to act in a biological way, in a visceral way. My dad always tell me this. You can't understand a thing in a rational way. Like for example, think now about having being cold, or about being have a lot of hot, very hot, very hot, or about being very thirsty, or about being very hungry. You can put all your effort, all your work mind, all your beautiful mind, that you're not gonna feel the same sensation about when you are really cold, when you're really hot, when you're really hungry, when you're really thirsty. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's 100 times, 1000 times worse the feeling when you prove it. So I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to put me in conditions that I have to move. I have to move. If I don't move, I literally die and stay depressed. I have to move. So I don't masturbate myself. I don't watch porn, so that I have to, so that the only way that I can feel, that pleasure, that necessity, that it's like going to take a shit, to say for to pronounce my father, to take, the only way that I can feel that pleasure, that I can feel that manhood feeling, is to go to a girl, talk to her, and try to go to bed with her. And the most important thing, that if I'm going to try that, Now I think that I do not do because I'm shy and because I know that I don't have any possibility because I don't have any money. And if I try to do that, I go to a girl, the girl is going to say me no because I'm a loser. I don't have money, I don't have status, I don't have a house, I live with my mom. Then I'm gonna to start feeling very pissed, very pissed. I will really don't give a fuck about nothing because I understand that if I don't have money, I don't have any chance to fuck. And that is a thing that Jordan Peterson said about porn. And it's always a thing. I watched this video when I was like 16 years old, so quite young. That he said that now a 12 years old boy can watch more naked women than an Roman emperor before Christ. So do you understand the danger about that? And when I listened that for the first time, I didn't understand. Then with time, I understand what's the problem, even with my experience, that if you are already have everything and sex, chicos, sex is the other thing juntos together with money that moves the world. Sex and money that represent power. And sex is a form of power. So they go very good together. It's for that reason that many rich people do all these strange things, this all strange activity. We can ask to Epstein. Hey Epstein, how are you doing? um, what was I saying? Epstein literally cracked my head. I was saying that yes, that sex is very important. Ah, yes, that sex is a really important high energy, and if you give a man all the sex, all the sex imagination, all the sex, desires that he can have, because in internet there is everything. Then the man is good where he is. So he's good without money. He's good in the home with his parents. He's good. He's saturated. He doesn't have any desire. And I had that problem. I didn't have any desire because I can access to everything. Porn, food. Stop, because it's that, we are like animals. What a male dog wants? Food and sex. That's it. When you give an animal that, like us, we are good. Hey, we say that. But sex, you see that is very hard to obtain if you're not somebody. For example, now I'm repeating, I'm not masturbating myself, I do not watch porn, and I see how difficult it is, to let my sperm outside. It's super hard. So you start to get pissed. So you have to act in a biological way. You have to live in the reality you live. So if you're poor, poor. If you're alone, alone. If without any girl, without any girl. If without any respect, without any man that respects you, stay in that zone. Think about it, because I used, to evacuate about that reality, to not make me to not make me feel in discomfort, because nobody wants to be in discomfort. But discomfort what makes you move is the only thing, because it's really discomfortable. But now I'm trying to say to myself, all right, Vinny, no woman wants you. You don't have any money. Nobody is give a fuck about you. Nobody. And no man respects you. No man respects you. No man. Literally, they are making fun of you. So when you know that you really start to be a monster, like Jordan Peterson say, you should be a monster. I always had that problem. Too much, too much, too much. I, w- I always have been too much weak. People used to, make fun of me, and I was like, shut up. The girl I liked, another man conquered her, and I was shot. I would lose some competition, I was shot. I Someone disrespect me, I was shot. I wanted to say something that I felt that was right, I was shot. Someone talked to my back, and I listened to them, I was shot. No, no, no. I want to be a monster. I want to be that type of guy that if you speak bad about me and I listen to you, I'll go straight to you. I like I looked you in the eyes, and I say in a very calm way, can you repeat what you just said, please? Really, can you repeat? And then, in base on what he does, I'm gonna act. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be a coward, and I never been that type of person. But if you are that type of person, you start to not give a fuck. I think in a way that, all right, the strongest wins. So once I know that, I don't have any other option to not be the strongest, to not train the strongest. I can't no more accept to be weak because I'm not gonna win. There, there is no other option if not success, money. And guys, I repeat this. You know, I want to, I want to be a doctor to make money and live a good life. This is another thing. When I told this to my mother, I told this with my family. They are all just, no, 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 very bad. You're not gonna be ever a doctor if you only do it for have money. And I see all these people that all they do is talking about money, working for money, preoccupied, worried about money, angry about money. So what the fuck are you talking to me? So just listen to yourself, to God first, then to yourself, then to your parents. Nothing. And see the reality. Try to see the reality, even that it's very hard because we have all these masks in the subconscious mind that were built, since we are toddler, literally since we are born. So for that motive, it's very hard, to have a kid. I want to have kids, a lot of kids. Obviously, I really would like that, but for to do that, I need to have a lot of money. That seeing the how I'm living now, it's very hard. But I'm gonna say what I want. I'm gonna say I want money, absolutely. I want to be a a billionaire, absolutely. It makes me even laugh that a lot of people they say I don't want to be rich. What the fuck do you want? Literally. And I was one of that type of person, and I understand why many person says I don't want to get rich. I understand it because they never felt angry, anger. They never felt really a very hungry way. They never felt humiliation. They never felt, the disrespect of all other people. And I never did too. So literally now I'm trying to put me in in that situation. So I'm forced to act. So yeah. So you can understand how much it's hard for me, to think it in this way and then study in a super specific way the tissue we have in our fucking submandibulary gland. All the tissue, the cells, the type of cells, the tissue, how it's organized and how it's made, what type of proteins and what does proteins does, blah 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 blah, and and in my life, while in my life I I don't fuck. I can eat what I want. I can go where I want. And while I have all these fucking problems, I have to study the fucking submandibular gland. I don't give a fuck. I want fucking money, my friend. I want fucking sex. So why we do that? Why there are so many people in the university, even if there is this? Because they think it's the only way, and it seems that it's the only way. Money is the most important thing. Oh, a fucking big wasp. Asian wasp, I think that's very dangerous. That's really fucking dangerous. That's really dangerous. I hope she went away. Nothing. Money is the most important thing after God, my family, and law, and myself. But it's almost at the same level. God first, because what all these things that I'm talking, I'm discovering, all even this video I'm doing thanks to God. If not for Him, I will not be able. Uh, but even family, even yourself, even your health, it's really, really, really correlated with money. But I think that family and yourself and health comes first, because you can have all the money you want, yes, but if you don't have that virtues of family, cultivating family, love in a true way, of defending, of fighting for your family, of of health, if you, because you can be even a lot healthy even if you're poor, by not eating the shitty food, and maybe because meat costs a lot. Meat is the healthiest thing you can eat. Eggs, absolutely. Tell me another thing more healthier than meat. There isn't. What? What is it? Apple. Yes. Survive with apples. I'm gonna survive with meat. Let's see who fucking wins in a fight. Let's see. uh, 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 nothing. Nothing. It is even very strange because I even try to not stay in the surface level. For example, university is very surface level because you see all the students, you see the professor that goes there, talk, very good, very good, and then he goes away. So I try to talk with professor, to look at the person that there is behind of the professor. I think if he fucks, I think if he drugs, I think if he uses drugs, I think if he he's corrupted, I think if he's a bad or good person, I think if he's honest, I try to go in there. I think I try to go, inside in a very profound way, in a very deep way. That's the vocabulary that didn't come to my mind. Nothing, guys. Uh, seriously, come on. How in Italian we say che vinca il migliore. That means that the best wins. You know, che vinca il migliore, che vinca il migliore, che vinca il migliore, my friend. Sai quando sei nella partita di calcio, no? La cosa più bella che puoi dire, l'unica cosa che veramente puoi dire è che vinca il migliore. Sono pronto a staccarti la testa, sono pronto a entrarti in qualsiasi maniera, sono pronto a vincere. C'è mio padre e mia madre che mi sta guardando, sono pronto a farti del male, però che vinca il migliore. The same thing here, che vinca il migliore. È l'unica cosa che posso dire. Stiamo tutti giocando lo stesso gioco. Io voglio soldi, tu vuoi soldi. Stessa cosa in una partita di calcio. Io voglio fare gol, tu vuoi fare gol. Solo che sono in porte opposte. Stessa cosa qua. Tu vuoi fare soldi, io voglio fare soldi, solo che sono per porte opposte. Una è per te e per la tua famiglia, una per me e per la mia famiglia. Quindi yes, in a way, not in a way. Without in a way. We are absolutely, in a real way, enemies, competitors. We are all playing the same game and we have to play it to survive. So, che vinca il migliore. Che vinca il migliore. It's gonna be a hard battle. There is gonna be blood. There is gonna be suffering. There is gonna be pain. Che vinca il migliore. Che vinca il migliore. But here's the thing that nowadays I see that the majority of people like me in the past, now I'm trying to understand it and I'm understanding it, that they even know that they are in a battle. They don't even know. And you see, because they are laughing, they are losing time playing, watching videos, do not working, do not listen in class, drinking, smoking. What the fuck are you doing? You're in a fucking battle, man. And you're like jerking off. What the fuck are you doing? So it seems that many people do not seems to know that they are playing in a field, in a battlefield. In a metaphorical way, they don't know that they are playing a football game. But they are in the field. It's like that they are a player, but instead of them playing, they are just like sleeping in the field. And they want that. The elites want that we are in this game of money, but they want that we are like this in the field, so that less soldiers that fights, less soldiers that fights. Obviously, there is more probability that they win. It's always have been rich versus poor. So the less poor there are that are fighting for money, the more probability that there is that the rich wins. No, it's very logical. It's for that reason that Russia, India, China, they are very dangerous in a war way because they are a lot. While Europe, it's not really dangerous. Yes, it's rich. Yes, it's beautiful, but we are really, we are really few people. Imagine if all the poor people, all the young people would think like me, would act like me. Oh my god! Oh my god! All like jacked, all like eating. Oh, oh my god! I have reflux. What the fuck? I don't know why, man. I didn't eat good. I eat potatoes. I already told this. Maybe it's coffee. I don't fucking know. It's not fucking good because I think that it's reflux that made me the heart, the the throat very hard. No, now I'm not happy because it's a very acid. It's the gastrointestinal fluid that it's very acid to break down the nutrients and to absorb for the intestine. So it should stay here, not here. And I don't know how the reflex works, but it's something that goes like this. So it's not good. It's doing literally the opposite. Instead of going down, it goes up. So it wants to goes up. So it's not good what you have inside. It's very logical. And nothing. And if you look the life in a war way, it's the best way. And why? And you know why it's the best way? Because life is actually a war, a war to survive. So it's a war. So how the best way, to see a thing, it's it's by looking it uh, how the real thing it is. So what's the best way to look at life? It's by watching life, uh, interpret life like how it really is. So how a war. So to win a war, you have to be, you have to have a strategy. You have to train. You have to be strong. You have to have courage. You have to be allies. You know, you have to be undefatigable. You need to be, you know, without mercy. You have to want to win. All right, guys, that's enough for today. It's been without any doubt the most longest video I did in the channel. Even uh, even adding that video that I made, but I stopped because I needed to poop. I need to take a shit. It's 1/2 hour. 1 30 minutes, 1 hour and 30 minutes. So a lot, 90 minutes. It's a lot of time, but I'm happy because I used, to watch YouTube for like 3 hours a day. So now I just use the half of that time that I used to, spend, that I wasn't happy the way I was spending, in a way that I'm really happy. As you can understand on what I literally said, I don't give a fuck about people, what all other people think. Uh, I really don't give a fuck about people. I only give a fuck about what I want. But if you ask all the people that are near to me, you know, obviously family, but obviously even, you know, like in the ambient of where I go. So university, I treat all good, absolutely, because God wants that for me. Wants that I treat good, that I'm very kind, I'm very honest man, and I do that. But I do that because I want to do that. So it's a form of do not give a fuck about others and give a fuck about what I want. And I want to treat good others, so obviously. But I want to eat, I want to win. That's the first thing. My man.